following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
Hey, good Friday morning, everybody. Welcome into another outstanding edition of Mornings on Main Street. Live look at the T-Dot Smart Weight cameras. You make your way in town today. It is beautiful out for now, but the sun's out. Mid-60s today. We'll get the weather in just a second, but look at that commute, man. It looks so good right on I-24. People coming in, so make sure you make your way in. Be safe, be careful, and have an outstanding day. And this is more. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. And this is about 12 hours before the bottom is about to drop out. Hit the weather, intern. And the weather here is, I'll pull the screen up there. Our spotlight city of the day, intern. Gallatin, Tennessee, our fine folks and friends up in Gallatin, Tennessee. Again, the weather brought to you by our good friends over at 50 Ford, a Nashville area nonprofit serving older adults, a proud partner with the All of Us research program for the National Institutes of Health. So now you can help change the future of health by visiting our website, their website, at joinallofus.org/50 Ford. And we love 50 Ford. All right, Spotlight City, intern, Gallatin.
Oh, yes.
Right now it's 35 degrees. All right. So let me read this forecast to you. Today, partly cloudy this morning, increasing clouds with periods of showers this afternoon, high of 62. Then the winds start shifting. And I don't know from north, from south, east to west. I'll be an awful navigator. So tonight, this is crazy. Watching a potential winter storm. Snow this evening will give way to lingering snow showers late, a low of 19. Chance of snow, 100%. Snow accumulating 1 to 3 inches. And then by next week, it's back in the mid-60s. Intern, do you have your sled and your winter coat? I'm concerned about you. There you are.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man.
I don't have it, and I need to get it because
Where is
that's
it?
scary. It's probably packed in the snow coat place.
What's wrong with my collar? Do I look okay? I look good. Do I look good? I don't know. Is it okay? Thanks.
Oh, it's the collar's a little baconed on the left side.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. And I'll be fretting about that all morning long on the show today. So thanks for sticking with
But at
me.
least no one noticed now.
They don't know what's going. Get up and get going. All right. So it's going to be cold again. It's 60s, mid-60s today. My mind doesn't work scientifically because I'm not really smart.
Right.
So it's 60 today, 19 tonight. So my thing is, intern, whatever this cold front coming in, it's like, your relatives that you really don't want to see. And like, yeah, we might be bringing Aunt Betty. And then they show up with Aunt Betty, Uncle Johnny, their kids, the daughter's boyfriends and his kids. They all just show up at your house. You're like, what in the world?
Right. You don't ever see 100% of anything
No,
for sure. When they
exactly.
say 100% snow, I'm out.
100%, 1 to 3 inches. This cannot happen. I will be shocked if this happens.
It used to get me out of school, and ever since it stopped doing that, I hate snow.
I will be shocked. Put it again, 100%. I don't call hardly ever seeing things 100.
Ever.
Maybe once in a while, 100% rain, 100% this and that, but 100% chance of snow. So in our spotlight city of Gallatin, Tennessee, you know my mom's from Gallatin, by the way.
Who is it? Oh, really?
Yeah, my uncle's buried up there. Not to bring it down, but we love Gallatin.
Well,
goes
since
on.
our boss doesn't start watching until 7:10.
7 till we get 6 minutes.
We'll give him a shout out later then.
Yeah, 6 minutes. We got plenty of time there. All right, let's get the screen out of here. Let's get to the main screen for Main Street Nashville, the e-edition that comes out every weekday right to your inbox. You get the app too and have it. Bingo, there it is.
Boom.
Soccer stadium out there yesterday. Let me tell you what. We'll talk to Tyler Palmatier from Main Street Preps coming your way at 7:30 about the girls' state tournament. But Tyler's out there yesterday, and this picture. I mean, I was there,
What a great picture.
and I'm right down here somewhere. But this
course,
guy
it's
blocks
Larry.
me. It was beautiful in turn. I mean, this place is absolutely, and it has nothing
Oh
to
my
do with soccer.
gosh.
So let me tell you what I did yesterday. I posted a video. It's on off my Twitter account, Big Joe on the Go, and I tagged Main Street Nashville, and the arguing between people who hate soccer and love soccer overtook my Twitter page and my Facebook page. It was a
Really?
sight to see.
Like were the people that don't like soccer was like football's better or something? Like,
Somebody's like, "Why do we spend the money on that?" And Nissan Stadium's falling apart.
it's just
Can you answer
grass.
that
They
for
just
me? I
have
said, "No, I
grass.
can't. I'm not going to waste the time answering that."
That's the dumbest thing. Like they just got that's all grass, right? That's why.
Why can't we just enjoy things?
Exactly, and it's for us. It's for Nashville. Be happy.
It's beautiful. And if somebody's telling me correctly, it was all privately funded. So
Nice.
there's not taking anything away from you if you live in Davidson County. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs of all the X's and O's and the money and all that stuff. But what I was told yesterday that it was privately funded.
So that means privately funded means no taxes.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe I missed something along the way. That's above my pay grade. I don't deal with all that stuff. I just know it's beautiful. You walk, I mean, there's still some work to do. The parking lot's got to be done. There's still some work to be done, but it was beautiful. And to think that this is by the fairgrounds, you walk in, I was transported to another place in time when I walked in yesterday. And we'll
That's so
talk to
cool.
Tyler about this too, see how he
Right.
felt about that. But it was stunning.
What's that? Is the name right there?
Geodis.
Geodis.
It's a worldwide supply chain distribution company based here in Middle Tennessee.
Geodis Park. All
Yeah,
right.
but Tony Husband, we had him on the podcast last
Right.
week. He was MC and everything, but the way he said it sounded really good. The way I said it doesn't sound good. He's like, "Welcome to Geodis Park," and he'd be like, "Welcome to Jurassic Park."
They're like, we'd like to leave now, please.
But the screen here in the right corner is a gigantic HD screen. Beautiful.
That's cool,
Beautiful.
man.
So let's stop griping
Yeah.
and just say, you know what? Let's be happy.
And play ball.
Play ball and be happy for people.
Yeah.
I just don't get
It is beautiful though. Great picture by Larry.
As I've told you on this show many times, and my friends listening across to all the Main Street media platforms, 3% of the people in the world are against oxygen. Remember that. 3% of people in the world are against oxygen.
Like they don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not a fan.
Yeah. You need it to survive. Yeah, but still, it's probably too much.
So overrated.
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, my goodness. Ashley Perham with a story about the winter weather returning Friday night. I am interested to see. Oh, she says in the article here, some could see 2 to 5 inches of snow.
No, too many. It's 2 to 5 too many.
Temperatures from Friday's forecast will 63 to 27 in 12 hours. Oh,
You ever seen
man.
Day After Tomorrow whenever the ice is following them?
Right. This would be a lot of fun. I like this also in the edition today. Pothole repairs, Cheatham County, Williamson County,
Nice.
Wilson. Did you see the wreck up here in Wilson County last night? The truck at the bridge?
Well, I didn't see that, but I did have to wait in the traffic for exit 236. So I did wonder what was going on. I thought they
Somebody
were
hit
fixing
the
pothole.
bridge on Sparta Pike, hit the I-40 bridge.
Oh, no.
I guess his load went up on the back of the truck there and hit it. And
You
it's
didn't have
just
clearance?
Yeah.
Oh,
awful, man.
man. The Mount Juliet Bridge, now this one.
Yeah, right. Hey, here's a job I want you to apply for and put
Okay.
me down as a reference. Chris Yao with the story down in Murray County. Search begins for new Murray County schools director.
Okay.
I want you to put the job in and go before the board, and they ask what kind of qualifications you have. And you say, I really don't have any. I just wanted to come down here.
I thought this was for board games.
And, and then have them say, yeah, we're good here.
Yeah.
Mr. Colick, you can get out of here and not come back. Stay away from us.
It's we don't care. Please leave.
Hey, look at this Hendersonville property beside of Culinary Estate. Now that's
Ooh.
see, when I buy a big house, I'm going to name it the Culinary Estate.
Just
It
estate.
just sounds good.
Estate is awesome. When does it become an estate?
Yeah,
When you get a gate?
Culinary Estate, because we're learning to cook with our friends at Black Diamond Culinary, and we still getting there, still trying to figure out how to cook. But
It
this
looks
is
like an
nice.
estate.
Tina Lee with the story. That's a nice little thing there.
It is. It looks like a dojo, like a very chill zen place.
I could do it in the round down there and talk to people.
Oh, I've been to a lot of dojos. Yeah.
Have you really?
No, I'm just
What's
kidding.
the last dojo you went to?
Cobra Kai season 3.
Ew. Oh my goodness, there's the national banner. We got some more stories here today for you as well. Look at this. Ascension St. Thomas partners with Natural Yards. Now, Natural Yards is the big Amazon thing downtown. If you've not been downtown and seen Amazon Yard or Natural Yards down there, it's amazing. I mean, they got a theater, they get all these high rises. Amazon's taking over. And look, people are like, I don't want growth, and we're missing the old Nashville.
Gentrification.
This happens.
Right.
John Donaldson founded Nashville in 1780. I'm sure he wouldn't be happy what's going on in 1880 in Nashville. Things happen, and they're
Those wagons that started going
Right.
just ruined everything.
but people are getting jobs. People are employed. We like this.
Right.
Well, okay. Funny thing. Yesterday, you asked me if I'd talked to get out of here. Move that screen. Not Kelly Nichols, but Nicole McClain, and there she is.
Hey.
She's been promoted to Senior Director of Home Health for Tennessee Quality Care. You just mentioned her yesterday
That's
at American Health Partners. Good for you, Nicole McClain.
Yes.
You're that. We think the world of you. Great job.
We do.
Well done. Let's keep going on. Oh, by the way, the mask. If you're traveling for the next month, you got to wear a mask on a plane.
Oh, I thought they lifted all that.
No, these
They
people
did for the
look
NFL,
really
but
thrilled right there.
They're like really.
Guy here's not wearing a shirt. It's camouflage. All I see is jeans and a head, man.
It's like they all gave them that mask. It's like, oh, you thought you were gonna.
Right. It's like, oh, great. So that's extended for the next 30 days. Again, the TWA girls basketball state tournament's going on. Tyler Palmatier joins at 7:30. We still got some area schools that are playing this weekend and going for the state championship. So we'll talk to him just a little bit. Vanderbilt wins last night over Alabama in the SC tournament, 82-76. Great game. Scottie Pippen Jr., fantastic player.
Beast.
They play tonight versus Kentucky in the quarterfinals of the tournament. That's late tonight. And then Tennessee plays this afternoon too in the SEC tournament that goes on. Hey, our Nashville Predators.
Oh, they're on fire, man.
They won. Matt Duchene had 2 goals and assists. They beat Anaheim 4-1. They've won 3 straight.
Yeah, 5 out of their last 7.
Have they? Look at you,
Yeah,
man. I told you to pay attention, and you are.
I am.
So there they are. They're in 4th place in the Western Conference currently right there. Now, 3 points ahead of them is St. Louis. St. Louis comes to town tomorrow morning. They play at 11:30 at Bridgestone. 11:30 game at Bridgestone tomorrow morning. So if Nashville can beat them, that puts them a point behind them. Maybe Minnesota loses. So Nashville's back up there in the running. So as long as they stay ahead of Dallas, keep Dallas far behind them, and keep putting the pressure on everybody up there, they'll be fine.
So if you win, you get 2 points. If you tie in regulation, you both get 1 point.
Correct.
Okay.
And then, it's funny because they said like a team, say like Winnipeg, they're 6-0-1 in their last 7 games. No, I mean, that's what I get with the hockey. They lost.
Right.
You go to overtime, it's like rewarding you for going to overtime, but you lost the game.
10 OTs. That's crazy.
Yeah, you lost the game. You should, it's
Finish it up.
yeah, perfect there. Thank you for all that.
No problem.
As we go on, appreciate everything that you do for the show and everything.
Those one-liners.
Fun
get
show I
me.
had for you today, by the way.
Hey,
That's happening. All right, so look, this came out. The story yesterday. More acts announced for Nashville's July 4th thing. So some of the people are going to be not the headliner yet, but a Grammy Award-winning reggae artist Gramps Morgan, country artist Levi Human. Never heard of him. Country and pop punk singer-songwriter Cassidy Pope. Now you watch The Voice. Do you know Cassidy Pope?
I actually don't watch The Voice. I'm an American Idol guy, and I feel like you have to be one or the other.
I believe you're telling me a little white lie.
I actually don't watch The Voice, but it is cool. I know the characters. They have Blake Shelton on there and Gwen.
What show is that?
That's The Voice, right?
The Voice? Okay.
I think. I hate The Masked Singer. I'm not a big fan of that.
Why not?
I wouldn't say hate because that's a strong word, but because I don't get it. What's
hate,
the game?
Thank you for that. Hate is a very strong word.
What's the game? What's the Masked Singer? Like they try to guess, and then if they don't get it, who cares?
I don't know. Just, I'm not interested in it.
Yeah,
So
sorry, I
let
got off
Freedom
topic
sing.
there.
Who would be? Who would be a great? So I'll be a Nashville band, and when they announce the major headliner announced in a few coming weeks, who I'd like it to be? Kiss.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just Kiss come here, full makeup, and just rock this town.
They could still do it. I know they could.
Yeah. Why do you think they couldn't do it?
No, I would. That's what I'm saying. I'm I'm saying I know they would.
Yeah, but this Cassidy Pope and Levi Human.
Cassidy
human?
Pope sounds very familiar, though. Does she have some?
What happened to us? What's wrong that we don't know these people anymore?
What's this, Facebook?
What happened to us? What's going on in our world? There's so many stories. Today's Main Street National is going to take us the whole show to read them all, but we're not going to do that to you.
Yeah.
We got some great guests coming your way this morning too as well. Where are we with? Here we go. Here's your horoscope. Oh, it's got you on top too, Taurus.
Hey, what's up?
Share only with those who share your is that perspiration? Aspirations.
Yeah, so I'll no longer be talking during the show.
Express your desires and follow through with your plans. If you want a pizza, go get a pizza today.
All right, I'll go to.
Go, see, I want a pizza. I'm going to go get a pizza. Don't let what others do influence you to make decisions that are not right for you.
Okay.
Like some of your friends comes down and say, hey, man, I got these watches. They're Gucci.
Yeah.
You're like, are they Gucci watches? You're like, well, maybe not, but they look good. You're like, hey, man,
Right.
you're trying to influence me to make decisions that are not right for me.
Exactly. The guy that's hanging outside of my high school. Hey, you want a cigarette?
Take a secretive approach in order to dodge interference. Just go out the back door.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. So I'm going to get out of here and go do my thing, man. That's all it is.
I always locate back doors when I walk into a building, no matter what.
You know what? Because of that, the TV show The Walking Dead,
Mhm.
I used to be really into that TV show.
Yeah.
It's going way too long.
Way too long.
Long.
Like, what are they doing?
So I watched the first 3 seasons of it. And so when I would go, and I got addicted to it, I would go to like any restaurant, I would check back doors, front doors, who's around me, who's been bitten. And that's not a
The
joke.
blinds.
Yes. I was like, so if somebody comes in here, I grab my son and we get out of here. And I just told my son, I said, we're just going to just haymakers out the door.
Like the waitresses
It just
comes up.
took
and you're
over
like,
me.
"You're
I
not
just couldn't do that
You're
anymore.
not expecting any invasions or anything, are you?
Man. Right. Have you been bitten lately? Join our dear friend Devin O'Day for Main
Yes.
Street today at 11 o'clock across all these same Main Street platforms as you get you off and going on this day. Like I said, again, I'll tell you each day, her show is a 180 of our show.
Mhm.
Informative, informational.
And the boy will be on it. Hey.
Oh, yeah. Proud of you, man. Do you come on a little song and dance routine?
Yes, I do. Well, it's like a tap dancing thing, so I don't really sing, but my shoes do.
Yeah, it's so terrible. All right, time for a comic strip tease brought to you by
Possibly you.
and we're still trying to find some that are fun. I mean, I've read through all these this morning. That's what I do with my time. I read all these.
That's his show prep.
That's my show prep on here. And I'm going to read Where Happened to You. We read Blondie. People love this stuff, man.
Hey, let's
I know our
keep
good friend
feeding.
Johnny Hobbs loves reading these cartoons.
Nice.
I love reading them too.
I like how
All
they're
right.
in color. They look nice.
So this one here. Now we're going to read this and we're going to figure out the funny part about this. Okay. So
Okay.
playing the role of this punk kid will be me as Matthew McConaughey, and you're going to be Blondie. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right, here we go. Matthew McConaughey's going to order a sandwich. Hi, Mrs. Bay. Would you please make me a bologna sandwich?
Ah, of course, Elmo.
You know, it's going to morph into Christopher Walken. You know, I don't have any money, don't you, Mrs. B?
Don't worry, Elmo. It will be my treat.
That's Bob Hope.
Yeah.
You also know you won't make any money this way, don't you, Mrs. B?
This will be our little secret, Elmo. Thank you for the laughter. Maybe it wasn't as good as.
Now, let me ask, was he just trying to get to the day, the guy writing the cartoon? It's like, I'm going to try to get to the day and get it over with.
Yeah, he,
Because
like,
that's
passed
just
by
not
a-
funny.
Like he passes by a donut shop or whatever. He's like, just.
Where's
report
the
their
humor and all
comment.
that? Oh, my goodness. All right, let's get off of this. All right. By the way, our boss is watching. Yeah.
Ah,
Going way over. Maybe it's Friday. Maybe he's sleeping in. and
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
see that.
Sports, and a lot of sports.
All right. Coming up next, man, we're excited about this. We have an actual writer, director, guys put out a film coming out in May. It's fantastic. It's going to join us next. You're going to like this. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
I'm always looking for that new local place, particularly if it brings a different point of view to me, because I learn. And one of the things I don't think people understand is when you go into a restaurant, and say just for argument's sake, say it's a Guatemalan restaurant, and you're a little fearful because you don't speak the language, and you know, they love having people come and try their food. I mean, they will knock themselves out to give you the greatest meal of your life.
back then on Tuesday nights, it was a week-long club. They were Tuesday through Sunday back then. And on Tuesday nights, they had an open mic night. So I came up and did their open mic night. It was my my first time to come to Nashville. And I was a fairly new comedian, but I had a lot of shows under my belt. And I came in and did a really good open mic night. I had a little bitty tape recorder, a little bitty cassette recorder, and I would record my show. And I can remember to this day when I played back that tape, the MC that night, a guy named Mike West, a really good comic, goes, okay, well, your next guy up is he calls himself Killer Bees. And they're, and I went up and I did my 7 minutes. And at the end of that 7 minutes on that tape, the audience is like, wow. And he's like, that was Killer Bees. And that was when it started right then. That was when the rise started.
Hey, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street on this beautiful, so far Friday, March 11th, 2022. Before the bottom drops out, intern, put that weather up there. Brought to you by our good friends over at 54, a national area nonprofit serving older adults, is a proud partner with the All of Us research program from the National Institutes of Health. So now you can help change the future of health by visiting the website, joinallofus.org/50forward. My goodness, there's a weather report. The bottom's going to drop out later on. Expecting 1 to 3 to 5 inches of snow wherever you are in Middle Tennessee. Unacceptable, Mother Nature. Unacceptable. Be back in the late or mid 60s, low 70s next week in sunshine. So let's just get through today. All right. We love this show. We love spreading positivity on this show and bringing on people who are making a difference in the world. And we've got that coming your way today. There's a new movie coming out called One More Dream. I've watched. We'll show the trailer a little bit. Let's bring in the director, the guy, the producer, Ricky Burchell. Ricky, good morning, man. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm happy to be here.
I appreciate you doing this. I am immensely jealous of you because you're doing something I always want to do. You're creating and giving people emotions. Tell me about this movie, One More Dream.
Well, One More Dream, basically, it's like a coming-of-age story. So it's a movie about a young guy who's in high school that's just trying to find his way in life. And he sees all his friends, and they kind of seem like they got it together. And the people he knows seems like he got it together. And he just feels like he's just so lost. And one day he gets embarrassed by kind of like a bully. And he's like, he loses his girlfriend, he loses his friends, and he's trying to find friends to consult, and they just kind of give him the harsh realities. And he finds himself by himself, really. And then things take a turn once he sees the bully like in a very messed up situation. Now he has a choice to, does he want to help this guy or what to do? So it's kind of like, he's just like I said, it's all about learning how to overcome fears, going through like a lot of what teenagers go through nowadays is confusion. They don't know what to do in life. They don't know where they're going. They don't know, they're just searching for answers. And Jeremy learned some hard lessons in his story. So that's what the movie's kind of about.
All right, we're going to, with your permission, thank you for letting us do this. Your IMDb official too, and I love that. We got on the screen there for you. We're going to play the trailer from the movie, and I got to tell you what, Ricky, I watch a lot of trailers, and sometimes it gives so much away, and sometimes you're like, what's going on here? I think this trailer, my man, is done really, really well. We'll watch it and talk about it on the other side. Here's a trailer for One More Dream.
One More Dream, all right.
Hello, people. It's me, Jeremy, again.
Hi, Jeremy.
All right. Let's settle down. Excuse me. A face like yours should be on billboards downtown.
An agency, like a modeling agency?
Yeah.
I'll have to think about it.
All right. So today we're going to do a little writing assignment. The topic is fear.
High school is tough enough without everyone judging you.
You got any balls? You step out from behind your girlfriend.
Jeremy!
You have two options, fight or flight. If you choose fight, you're considered courageous and bold. But if you choose flight, you're weak and a coward.
You can't fight for me, and you can't even fight for yourself. I'm Tiffany.
Most people are shy at first, but they get used to it.
Ethan, there are some people who care about you.
You, the biggest disappointment in my life.
Nice to meet you, Jules. I'm Jeremy.
There's something I probably should tell you.
What is it?
I'm gay.
Being a leader is not about fighting. It's about you being an influence and not being influenced by others.
I need drugs. I need drugs.
I hope that one day I'll be able to live a life that I'm happy to live with. To live out my own dreams.
There you have it.
We got the applause for you too, Ricky. There you go.
Okay, cool,
Right.
cool. I like
You
that. I
did
like
that
that.
movie. You've also got another one called AM Radio that
Yes.
comes out. I like these movies, Ricky, because you're playing and you're talking about our emotions, which sometimes we go to the movie, we used to be taken away by Spider-Man, all that stuff. But there's a whole audience out there, Ricky, that I think that wants to see the emotion, the raw acting. And in these two movies, you've got that.
Yes. Yeah, with AM Radio and One More Dream, you know, I try to do like that good old fashioned storytelling, not about just blowing up stuff and just a whole bunch of action nonstop. It's about telling the story. It's about telling, like I said, the emotion. It's about, you know, a message at the end of the day where people can leave and take something out of it when they leave the theater or when they see the movie. They're like, wow, I never thought about it that way. So that's my ultimate goal with all the films I try to write and produce, is kind of leave people with something, a bigger nugget, you know, at the end of the day.
I love it. Back in January, you had a premiere or you showed a screening of One More Dream. Why Murfreesboro? Why was Murfreesboro important to you?
Because we shot it in Murfreesboro. That's where we shot the whole movie. So yeah, so we shot. That's what I said. 95% of the movie was shot in Murfreesboro. You know, my goal right now is to try to shoot as much as I can in Murfreesboro because this is where I live, and I love Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro is just a great place, and I think Hollywood, you know, Murfreesboro may be a new Hollywood soon. You know, once I keep getting these movies out, so that's kind of my goal. You know.
I love that. You know, and it's funny, Ricky, looking at that, like if I went out and did a movie, you would know my movie looked terrible. But this is like a major motion picture, great acting, great emotion. I mean, did it come out exactly the way you wanted it to?
Well, you know what's the funny thing is a lot of aspects came out better than I imagined. You know, we filmed this during COVID, so sometimes you gotta adjust. You know, there was a lot of scenes that I had wrote and it was like, okay, there's so many people in, we gotta rewrite the scene because of COVID. So it was like, you know, I had to rewrite some scenes, and it's like, oh wow, this came out better. I actually like this way better than the other ways. And then some of the scenes came out almost identical. I remember, and I'm not gonna give away the ending, but I was looking at the ending again during the edit, and I remember pulling up the script, and I looked at how close these actors, line for line, did that scene, and I was like, wow, this thing came out exactly how I wrote it, or really close. I'd say about 98%. And there's a lot of scenes like that. A lot of times, you know, when we're filming, we try to, you know, we adjust depending on whatever's going on, or I may get another idea while I'm filming. But there's a lot of scenes that came out exactly how I wrote it, and if not better. So I'm excited for people to see this film.
Oh man, we're excited for you for the success of in Murfreesboro.
Yes.
You got your IMDb, everything's up there. I mean, this is legit, man. This is not a Joe Dubin home movie project. This is a nice way to get this done. So One More Dream will be out in May. Is that correct?
Yes, it's supposed to be in May, in theaters in May. So we're, you know, we got a distribution deal. It's supposed to be in 500 theaters. That's how we're starting off with. And then if it does that good, we'll expand it to more theaters. So that's the plan. So.
I love it, Ricky. I love it. I love what you're doing, man. And keep turning them out. Hey, May, come back when
Yeah,
it comes, I know you'll be busy, but if we can you could squeeze us in for a couple of
Okay.
minutes to keep promoting this, and of course we'll check out AM radio and all that. Ricky, thank you so much, my man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And check out, like I said, AM Radio. You can see it on Peacock. You can see it on Tubi. It's on Amazon. So go everywhere. Check out AM Radio.
Love it, Ricky. Have a good day, buddy.
All right, you too. Thank you, Joe.
All right, you bet, man. That's so good. I love people who are going after their dreams and creating things and providing emotions and all that stuff. So, Ricky, well done there. AM Radio and One More Dream shot in Murfreesboro. That is so cool. All right, we'll take a break. Come back. Tyler Palmatier, another great writer for Main Street Preps, will join us. We'll get his 2 thoughts on the girls' state tournament that's happening this weekend in basketball. Of course, he was there yesterday for the unveiling of the National SC name at that beautiful soccer stadium. We'll talk to Tyler. That's next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Dental coverage may be a small investment, but it has big benefits because dental coverage and preventive oral care leads to more than a healthier smile. It leads to a healthier life overall. Delta Dental makes it easy to get the care you need. With the nation's largest network, you're more likely to find or keep a dentist you love. And with comprehensive coverage and additional discounts, you'll have benefits you love too. Make a lasting investment in your oral and overall health with coverage from Delta Dental. Visit deltadentaltn.com to learn more.
Hey, Toby. Toby knows comfort, whether day or night. Through the highs and the lows, Toby knows. You've put it off long enough. That old system is just out with the old, in with the new. We'll make it worthwhile all the way through. Derryberry is your local independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Visit DerryberryAC.com today and schedule a visit. Derryberry Heat and Air, making customers for life.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. You could get arrested. But one thing's for sure, you were wrong when you said it was no big deal.
All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. Man, our house band. Let me pull up again real quick. They get it done. We pay these guys in cigarettes too, so they do a great job. Great job, guys. I've looked at the T-Dot SmartWay. Why that made me laugh. T-Dot SmartWay camera making your way in today. It's beautiful out right now, but intern. Brought to you by good friends at 54, a Nashville area nonprofit serving older adults, is a proud partner with the All of Us research programs from the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future of health by visiting their website at joinallofus.org/50Ford. Our spotlight city today is Gallatin, Tennessee. Gallatin, Tennessee. Right now it's about in the mid-30s, get the high of 60 today, and then this massive cold front comes through, bringing everybody with them, and it's going to be maybe 2 to 5 inches of snow around. I hope it snows 10 inches tonight. It's going to be crazy, man. All right, so be prepared for that tonight. All right, let's bring in our good friend Tyler Palmatier, Main Street Preps. And I told you, my friends that watch the show and social media, the gang at Main Street Preps does an outstanding job of covering everything, including other things outside of preps. Tyler, yesterday, Nashville SC, you were over there. Your thoughts on what you saw yesterday?
Yeah, I'm really disappointed, Joe, that you don't have me labeled as a professional soccer writer after my foray yesterday. No, I was sort of pinch hitting coming over from the prep space to do that. And my first thought was I had never really seen anything but the outside, and the inside of that stadium's beautiful. I thought the just the setup. I mean, I don't know. It feels like I'm not like a massive soccer guy, but it felt like an authentic soccer stadium. Grass looked beautiful. Just went in last week. I thought it looked absolutely gorgeous. And the unveiling was pretty classy. I liked, that flag falling down. They did well, but
right.
I mean, shoot, 30,000 people, and that's a 30,000 person stadium, Joe. And you were in there. It felt cozy. It felt like, I don't think everybody always says there's not a bad seat. It's kind of like a thing owners just like to say, but I really got that sense being in there.
You know what? I'm with you. I know nothing about soccer, but I know comfort. So when I walked in, Tyler, to think that I'm over in the Wedgwood, Houston area, 5 minutes from downtown Nashville, I felt like I was someplace else in the world. It was weird.
Yeah, that's true. Because you're sort of where you're at, located at the fairgrounds there. You're really sort of away from the skyline. You don't see anything outside the stadium. It's an open sky. I mean, there's no obstruction to your view. So that's interesting. That's a good point. You're just sort of like out there. I mean, everything's about the soccer. It's premium seating, which means every chair, I believe, not just the ones we were in, which were lower, are padded on the rear and padded on the back with an armrest and a cup holder. So, growing up, I mean, you and I probably been to some really scuzzy sporting venues where it's just like the bench, it's like, it might be plastic, it might be wood, it might be metal, it might be concrete. Premium seating is a big deal.
It is. You're so right. All right, so let's transition over to the girls' state basketball tournament going on down in Murfreesboro. I love this picture, Tyler. Joel Klinger took this picture. People don't understand. To get there is something else, but you get there and lose the raw emotion on these young ladies' faces. Man, that's tough to watch. I mean, it's because you played to win a state championship. But what a great picture. To me, Tyler, that captures the emotion of what's going on in Murfreesboro.
Oh yeah. No, that's a common scene, man. You've covered a lot of high school sports. The last game of the year for that losing team is just good. Talking to those kids afterwards is never easy. But I think one cool thing is that the TSSA does is, they really run the championships like a college championship. That every team has to be represented afterwards in the media availability. And that's not common with high school kids. I mean, they're not, that's talking to the losing team from high school is a little tough. They're a lot more emotional than any other level. So, but these kids come in, win, lose, or draw, and they talk afterwards. And I think it's on one side, it's super painful, looking at Rossview's trio there, Amani and her group, like,
right.
That can be pretty tough, but I think it's great for those players. It's great experience to get up there and not necessarily own. It's just a chance to get in front of people and sort of be a little bit uncomfortable, but also like talk about, you made it to a huge stage. It's a chance to really put it in perspective. I think it's healthy for those players to talk about, their careers and their seasons. Maybe they're coming back, maybe they're not. I mean, I think it's definitely a lot of emotion, like you said. But I think it's good for these kids to go through. I mean, I think it's an awesome experience, win or lose, for teams.
I agree. And you guys busy today. We got the 3A going on with Page, some area teams, Page versus Jackson Southside, Upperman versus Creekwood. That's a big game. And, of course, Beach versus Bearden, Cookville versus Farragut. I like the games always being in Murfreesboro, Tyler, because it's a central location. You bring everybody in there. But I'm going to talk about the Beach game. I mean, they're on a nice little roll. Cookville, the Cavaliers, they got beat by Green Hill in that last second shot in the district. Now they're back in the semifinals of the state. So couple of hot big games today. I'd love to see that place packed today too, Tyler.
Yeah, I think now that we're getting to Friday afternoon, probably a good chance that more people can get off work and get there. And that's Murphy Center is such an awesome high school basketball venue. I mean, it's not too big. You can fill that bowl up, and that place can get really loud really quick. And also, you've just got, of course, it's the glass house, so that you've got the windows. And if you're playing on a lovely sunny afternoon, anytime the sun shines through, a basketball gym's windows and hits the floor, you're onto something big. That's a special thing. So, but no, Beach is kind of carrying the banner right now for the Nashville area. That's a tough 6A tournament. Blackman got beat by double digits the first day.
Ooh.
You had Oakland get beat by double digits the first day. Of course, Cookeville's still that middle Tennessee sort of region. That's another team we'll be keeping an eye on. And you mentioned that they have an interesting story. But, you know, very puzzling 29-28 loss to Green Hill a few weeks ago.
Right.
Nobody saw that coming. But that's definitely a group that has rebounded and has been playing really well. And obviously they're here today. You know, they're in the semifinals, but we kind of had them pegged as a dark horse before the tournament started, as a team that could go in and win it. So, but Beach is an interesting story. That wasn't that, you know, they haven't really been in front of everybody all year, and certainly not somebody that I don't think a lot of people had pegged in the 4A semis, but Bree Ellis has really come on for that team and just making one of those kind of classic postseason runs here.
I love it. Also, you know, Tyler, people don't realize this, but you guys do because you cover it all the time. Girls basketball in Tennessee is strong.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. No, there's I mean, you look across the board. We just got done covering the Division II championships, and Emsworth is as good of a girls basketball team as you'll find. You know, obviously the Cambridge sisters are pretty well known here. With Jelani being, you know, she's the number 2 sophomore in the country. You know, overall, and that's just that's a tough perch to get to. And when you're talking about ESPN knows about you and has you almost as the best player in your respective class. I mean, it's hard to get that much more elite than that. And then, yeah, I really, and you know, and it's great in the public realm too. I mean, there's some awesome players there. Look at the players that aren't in the playoffs. Carly Weathers is the Gatorade Player of the Year for Loretto, and Loretto gets upset, you know, before the state tournament, which was really a stunner. I mean, I didn't see that coming, but Carly Weathers is, you know, for all intents and purposes, I guess, you know, certainly the best senior in the state. I don't know if she's better than Jelani Cambridge, but Emily Monson at Blackman's really good. She's committed to Purdue. I mean, you just go down the line. There's tons of great girls basketball. You're absolutely right. Jazz Walter at East Nashville, she's just a sophomore and she's not committed anywhere, but I promise you she's going to be one of the best players, if not the best in the city by the time she's a senior. And they didn't even make the playoffs. That's kind of a young team that's still trying to figure it out. So, yeah, it's definitely really deep crop of talent here at the moment.
And and Tyler, you guys get to do it again next week too when the boys tournament takes place down there, also in Murfreesboro, and it's a lot of fun. So we get this week the girls, boys next week. So you guys will be really, really busy. Tyler, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Again, I tell you, everybody, you guys, I followed Main Street Nashville because of the prep coverage, and you guys never disappoint, man. So thank you, and we'll talk to you next week, brother.
Oh, anytime, man. Thanks for having me on, Joe.
All right, Tyler Palmatier, great writer. I'm not kidding you. Main Street Preps, if you love high school athletics, and you got kids that are playing, they are a must follow. All right, let's take a break. Come back. Our good friend Alan Bell, CBS Sportsline, joins us next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
And I can't think of anything more important than buying and selling a new home, except for one thing, and that's finding a new home for a displaced pet here in the Middle Tennessee area.
We got Mr. Charlie out at Lucky Farms Animal Rescue, a sweet little pit bull named Luna at Mount Juliet Animal Control. Please help us find her a home. We're getting him back to on all four paws, but we need someone to take him home.
Hunter Briley, Regal Realty Group, proud sponsor of Pet of the Week. He was the first one to hop on board, 4 or 5 months ago. Let's bring in our good friend Hunter Briley from Regal Realty Group, who joins us this morning. My man, how are you, buddy?
He doesn't even know he's missing a leg. He's that sweet. I know somebody out there has a place in their home for him.
Thank you so much, Joe, for all your help and work that we're doing on this. I'm so excited to be part of Pet of the Week every single week.
Love you, Big Joe. Love you bunches. See you. Hero, man. Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. It's a nice look at the traffic downtown. No traffic. You guys are great today. Nice and sunny outside. Looks like it'll be a fantastic day, but intern hit it. Weather report brought to you by our good friends over at 50 Florida, Nashville area nonprofit serving older adults. Proud partner with the All of Us research program from the National Institutes of Health. Learn how you can help change the future of health by visiting the website, joinallofus.org/54. Now, our spotlight city of the day is Gallatin, Tennessee. So it's right now a little bit, probably 38, 40 degrees there. But here, look, the bottom comes out. Snow this evening, 100% chance of snow. Snow accumulating 1 to 3 inches, 100% chance of snow. Let me tell you what, when you see that, I hope it snows 3 feet tonight. With that, let's bring in a guy who's always 100% awesome, our good friend Alan Bell, CBS Sports on. Alan, it's going to snow tonight.
Yeah, it is. You know, that 100%, man, like those are pretty good odds there.
They aren't bad, are they? Hey, before we get into talk a little gambling and sports betting, we heard this week on the radio talk about Calvin Ridley from the Atlanta Falcons. Either he's incredibly stupid, incredibly naive, or maybe all that put together. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's really difficult because it's kind of the one rule in sports that you can't break. And it's been known for everyone, you know, that you just don't bet on your game. And the problem for Calvin Ridley is that it's not only the NFL that this involves, right? Like you've got all these partnerships with sports books. And the problem is that now if he comes back, any pass that he drops, a weird fumble, a weird play, everyone is going to ask, does he have money on this game? Is this game fixed, et cetera, right? So you're affecting the NFL's billion-dollar business, all of these sports books, their individual billion-dollar businesses. And that's a nuclear option that none of these companies want to deal with, because once you lose credibility, it's gone forever.
It is. And that's the same way people are like, well, you got to forgive Pete Rose. But no, I mean, you know, going in, you're not supposed to do that. So don't do it.
Yeah, you don't do it. It's the one rule. And we all know it. That's the one thing you just cannot do.
I'm with you, man. All right. Conference tournaments are in action. Today we've got Mississippi State taking on Tennessee. Let me ask you this. All right. For example, we'll get to this in a moment. Vanderbilt takes on Kentucky tonight. Vanderbilt's playing their third straight game. And at some point you get tired, right? Do we factor this in to SEC, to any kind of time you're doing betting on tournaments?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right. Like when you're going back to back to back, like in the NBA, you take a look at back-to-back games, right? Like the second straight game, that a team has played. Now you're looking at it for Vanderbilt. It's their third straight game. So yeah, there's definitely some tired legs. You take a look at the bench, how deep is your bench? Can they score points? Like that's really where this comes down to. But I will say credit to Vanderbilt, Jerry Stackhouse. Shout out to them. They're playing excellent basketball right now. They're finally healthy, so that's helping them. But yeah, like you definitely want to pay attention to that, because, they're playing against a Kentucky Wildcats team who's fresh, who's ready to go. Right. So yeah, you pay attention to the points there, pay attention to the points on the bench.
You know what scares me, Alan, about a game like this? All right, so obviously Kentucky's a better team than Vanderbilt, and everything favors Kentucky. So you're like, I'm going to take Kentucky. But it's always that last 30 to 45 seconds of a game when an Alan Bell comes in playing his last game ever, hits a 40-foot three-pointer, and then you got your bad beat. Those games scare me like this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And especially when you're looking at a point spread that's double digits, because think about it. We've all played basketball. Think about Kentucky needs to win by 12 for you to hit that bet if you bet on them, right? So think about that in terms of, possessions. You've got to be up 6, 7, 8 possessions just to feel comfortable right there at the end, because really anything can happen. So, yeah, just be careful this time of year with double-digit spreads.
Is this over 143 with the Vanderbilt-Kentucky game? Is that a good number?
143 is high, right? Like, I mean, you know, if you just do the math, right? So it's basically what, 74, 70 is, you know, kind of the ballpark that you would need. So in games like that, you need both teams scoring. You need it to be a competitive style game, because if, say, Kentucky gets up, you know, by 20, 25, you know, in the second half, if it was some kind of big blowout like that, well, they're going to sit guys because they've got games that they're going to be playing tomorrow, Sunday, right? So you kind of need a game that's back and forth. So this one could be tough, man. You might look elsewhere. That's a large number.
At the top of the banner there, Mississippi State taking on Tennessee. Of course, Tennessee's well rested. Mississippi State played yesterday. Same factor involved here. I mean, 7.5 is not a lot of points, at least I don't think. But again, I think with this being said, I think Tennessee's the better team here, obviously. But these tournaments, they scare me to death.
Yeah, they're tough, man, because you've got, you know, teams that, you know, one, that they know each other, and then two, you could kind of get trapped a little bit by having these large spreads. Like 7.5 is not too terribly bad, but again, it's not great, right? So what you'll see is a lot of people this time of year, you look at conference tournaments, generally the higher seeds move forward, right? So if you're looking at a spread of Tennessee of, say, 7.5, you're looking at a spread of Kentucky 11.5, like you don't feel comfortable betting either of them, a lot of people start to parlay favorites, right? And what you could do is you could say, all right, I'm going to take Tennessee to win. They don't have to win by any point spread. They're just going to win. You'll see that minus 300 number there.
Right.
I'm going to take Kentucky to win, right? And you know, you can look, you know, to another conference tournament, or, you know, a Gonzaga to win, right? So now you're taking these minus 300s, and you're adding a little risk because you need all three to hit, but you're giving yourself a pretty good opportunity, and you can use and move those odds down to around even. So yeah, you'll see a lot of people do that this time of year.
So this over the total 130 for this Mississippi State Tennessee game, that's 13 points less than Kentucky. But Tennessee scores a lot of points there. I like the over on this, but again, I'm an awful gambler.
No. You're exactly right. Like compare it to what we just talked about. Like you said, you know, that's 13, you know, point difference here in terms of fewer points. So yeah, and you've got the opportunity to where this could be a pretty close game, right? Like if you're looking at a 7.5 point spread, like this could be close, and you could get the added benefit towards the end of the game to where, say, Tennessee is up 5, you know, with about a minute and a half left. You're going to get fouls in that game as well, right? So you're going to have a team, to where the clock's not running and you're getting free points here. So I'm with you. I love this over much more than Kentucky and Vanderbilt.
Oh, so I'm finally doing something well here. Good. Thank you, Alan. Another thing I want to ask you about, teams that get on a roll in the tournament, that they might, like the Indiana team here now. They've been on a nice little roll in the Big Ten tournament. They play a very tough team in Illinois. How much do you look at who they're playing against, or how much a team is like really playing way above their head right now?
Yeah, so, you know, this is the time of year where, you know, teams, you know, catch streaks. Vanderbilt is a team like that. Like coming into the tournament, they've been playing pretty well, right? So you definitely do want to factor that in, but you also want to pay attention to who they're playing against, right? And look at the motivation on the other side of it, okay? So you got a team like Illinois who doesn't necessarily need to win the tournament. I mean, they'd love to, but they just need to win, you know, one game. Tennessee's in that same boat. Just don't get bounced in the first game. Kentucky, don't get bounced. Same thing with Auburn, right? So you're going to get their full effort there. And, you know, playing hot, playing, you know, kind of, you know, emotional play like that, it's nice, but you want to know who you're going up against, because Illinois is a really good basketball team.
And, you know, if I go back in history thinking about teams in the tournament, very rarely does a team that's played on that first day end up playing on that last day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's so hard, right? Like, it's so difficult to get that far. And, you know, it's one thing if you're a team that has to win the tournament to get in the NCAA tournament. That's one thing. But, yeah, man, like that it's a lot of basketball in a short period of time.
You know, a couple years ago with Ole Miss with Marshall Henderson, they were in that same predicament. That's one of the few teams I can remember that really needed to get in the tournament by winning the tournament, and they went on a roll, but that doesn't happen. And I'm way older than you, Alan. I'll go back to 1991 SEC tournament here in Nashville at Vanderbilt. Tennessee with Allen Houston was an awful basketball team, and they played that first and ran all the way, and they get to the game, the championship game, and they got beat by like 40. So I'll keep that in mind if a team makes it that far because, again, chances of them winning are slim to none.
Slim to none. And, you know, if they get to that championship game, you have all of that coupled with they're probably going against a pretty good team on the other side as well. Yeah.
Oh, you're the man. All right, don't go anywhere. Celebrity birthdays. We love having you on here. That's next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
Rocking the free world. All right. Welcome back to the show, my friends. We turn the sound down there. Time for celebrity birthdays brought to you by good friends at Dawson Cafe and Catering. Today is baked salmon filet, which is always good. I went by there yesterday and had the chicken and dumplings, and they actually made me leave because I ate so much there yesterday. It was so good. All right, time for birthdays. Here we go. Alan, you are, let me see the leaderboard there. You still up there? Yeah, you're 5 today.
Well, hold on.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Intern, you there, buddy? All right, I'm
yes, I
working
am.
behind
Hello.
the scenes. All right, first birthday today. How old is Bobby McFerrin? Don't worry, be happy.
70.
I'm gonna go 76.
72. Alan Bell on the board.
Nice.
Well done. Actress Alex Kingston. She was on ER and was the British doctor. There we go.
48.
54.
She's 59.
Wow.
How's her? Okay. Singer Lisa Loeb.
Oh, nice. 47.
What'd she sing, Joe?
She sings that song. God, what is it? The mid 90s. You say what I want to say, be who I want to be.
Let's go 46.
She's 54.
Wow.
Velasquez.
Actor Terrence Howard. He was in those Iron Man movies, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. 52.
He wasn't Iron Man though. Let's go 49.
53. Alan Bell's up 2-0.
Nice.
Alan Bell's on a mission today. The great Johnny Knoxville. How old is Johnny Knoxville?
Ooh,
tough one.
48.
Ooh, I'm gonna go. Ooh, that's a good guess. I'm gonna go 44.
51.
One away.
So close. Next up is, let's see here, TV journalist Sam Donaldson. He's still alive.
71.
88.
88 exactly.
Is it really?
Whoa.
Here.
Sam Donaldson.
Make sure he's not cheating over there.
CD Lamb.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, 88. You got that correct. Can't believe that. He lives here in Middle Tennessee. Singer Jimmy Fortune of the Statler Brothers.
Where's Jimmy?
80.
Let's go 77.
67.
Oh,
We didn't do any service to the Statler brothers there.
Actor Peter Berg. He did all the Friday Night Light. He's a director too. Did all the Friday Night Light movies. He does a lot of stuff with Mark Wahlberg.
With the Mark Wahlberg.
52.
I'm gonna go 57.
He's 60.
Was one away.
Yeah, you were one away. Let's give one for you. Keyboard Al Gamble of St. Paul and the Broken Bones.
I like his name. I love his band's name. Let's go 56.
I'm gonna go 65.
53. Alan, you've missed 2 by 1 year, man.
It's crazy.
And I missed 1 by 1, but
we're
we
not
don't
talking
have to-
about you,
Right,
intern.
of course.
This is about Alan Bell,
I'm gonna
not
throw
you.
that out there.
Let's see. Keyboard player Rami Jaffe of the Foo Fighters.
Okay. 47.
39.
53. All right, intern, you get to go with this one because if you don't get this one, Alan wins.
Okay.
Musicians Joel and Benji Madden of Good Charlotte.
Ooh, 31.
43. Game over. Alan Bell wins again. Alan, well done, buddy.
I appreciate it. That's the most fun game every week.
Have a good weekend with your 18 TVs watching all the games.
You guys be good. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, Alan Bell, CBS Sportsline. We love Alan Bell.
Yeah,
does such a great job. Intern, be safe. You know what happened? You know, the weather's coming. The 19 inches of snow we're going to get tonight, so be safe.
100%. Thank you.
All right, good. Have a good weekend. You two out there, have a great weekend. Remember, when you make your way throughout the world today, be nice, be kind, smile at people in traffic, open doors. Nobody cares about your CrossFit workout unless you're doing it for charity. And always remember this when you go through life today, nobody ever went broke by giving. We will see you on Monday.